Hi, friends. So today I wanted to talk about a quick experience, a conversation I had with a coworker that kind of gave me a new perspective on the mindfulness culture within the Japanese language, I guess. Um, or maybe it's just communication. But yeah, there's a situation where I was having some email issues with another individual, and a coworker who was succeeding in the email kind of explained to me that I shouldn't worry too much about it, and they wanted to let me know that they understand my Japanese isn't my first language, so when I make mistakes and accidentally sound rude or something, maybe that I don't mean any ill intent. And my coworker wanted to let me know that all the other people I work with also understand that, so don't worry. And so I responded by saying, thanks, and I really appreciate it. And also that I'll be mindful of the fact that others are being so understanding and kind. And I expressed that in a very grateful way. But then my coworker responded, they were worried that I interpreted their words in a way that made me feel like I need to stress regarding the fact that others were being mindful and understanding of me, if that makes sense. I guess they were worried that I would be in a state where I need to always remember to be grateful and thankful for everyone being understanding of me. And they didn't want for me to feel that way, and that's not how they had meant to, uh, comfort me. And so, and I didn't interpret it that way, so that's why this conversation was really interesting to me, because it made me realize that not just with this coworker, but throughout my many conversation with all my coworkers, there's this constant like communication method of trying to make sure that your words are being interpreted in the right way. Um, and because I guess the Japanese language, you're never direct. So because being direct can be very confrontational, which isn't good either. So you kind of soften it up and communicate in a very nuanced way. But that nuance also, because of it, can be misinterpreted. So then you're constantly trying to make sure that the other person understood your nuance in the right way. And it's this almost ping pong match where it's not a competition or a match, but it's just this checking and double checking and not being direct and being indirect, but make sure that indirect is getting your message across. I don't know. It's really interesting. And I think that sense of trying to make sure that the other person is interpreting your feelings or explanation or your communication in the right way, it kind of reinforces this bond, I guess, when communicating, because you're putting the effort into trying to understand the other person, because that's it. It requires for you to be mindful and trying to be understanding, to make sure that your non-direct communication is being interpreted right. And I think that relationship that the Japanese communication has kind of reinforces this community culture, this culture of mindfulness. And I I could feel it not with just my communication with my coworkers, but also seeing it between coworkers. Uh, uh, People, I don't know if it's probably unconsciously, are appreciate that effort that they're kind of forced to do in the first place, because of the language. And I think that further creates that community sense. And so, I don't know, I think this behavior actually explains a lot of things, which if I begin to talk about, I think it'll go on forever, so I won't. But yeah, it was I realized I was doing it unconsciously too, to some extent. And that moment where my coworker kind of spoke up to make sure that I interpreted it correct, because they worried that I was interpreting it wrong, though I was interpreting it in the way that I think they meant to say it to me, uh, kind of gave me that light bulb moment. So yeah, just cool insight I had today, and uh, something to think about, I think, into the future. Anyways, that's what I wanted to share. Thanks for listening, and I'll catch you guys up again another time. Ciao.